So the Dragonball Fighters beta just ended, and I gotta give my hats off to Arc System Works. This is a very smooth fighting game. This is my first time playing it throughout this beta. I maybe got about 20 matches in, because the beta did, unfortunately, have some problems. It was hard to even get into the beta, and it was really hard to find matches, but towards the end of the beta, a little bit last night, it was pretty smooth. It was running pretty smooth. Aside from network issues, the actual game itself controls like a dream. I mean, it honestly does. It only took me maybe like 10 minutes to get just to get a grasp of the whole game and how it controls and kind of the rules to this type of fighter. And again, it's dreamy. It really is. It is just so much fun to control. The Kamehameha is easy to do. Instant transmission, super fun. Special moves, switching to your teammates, everything just feels beautiful. And I love how easy it is and accessible it is. Even auto combos, I know that's an issue that a lot of people have problems with, but I think it adds that accessibility that makes it more fun for people that aren't necessarily hardcore fighting game fans. It just gets them more interested in the game and gives them a chance to actually fight back against people that are really into fighting games and are really good at these types of games. I'm not the biggest fan of the Guilty Gear series. I played a little bit of the BlazBlue. I played BlazBlue Continuum Shift. Was it I think it was Calamity Trigger. That was the first one. I played Calamity Trigger. Enjoyed that a lot, but this doesn't really feel like Calamity Trigger in my opinion. I think this is taking more after the Guilty Gear series. And again, I'm not familiar with it at all, but I am very much familiar with Marvel vs. Capcom in MVC2. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of my all-time favorite fighting games. It's just, again, just an absolute dream to control and play, and even though there's a huge character select and there are some OP characters and stuff like that, I just think it's a blast playing. It's on that level of like Smash Brothers for me. But this game reminded me of that a lot. Reminded me of those fun times playing with my older brother, staying up late. It reminded me of that, but I kind of like Dragon Ball a little bit more than Capcom characters. Marvel that's a little bit more of an argument to be had there, but Dragon Ball characters, I mean, Dragon Ball just in general is one of my favorite forms of fiction of all time. Like, I absolutely love Dragon Ball. I love its characters. Dragon Ball Super, in my opinion, is going strong, and I'm excited that a Dragon Ball game is being taken this seriously, because as I mentioned, it is accessible to, you know, all types of players, but there is a learning curve if you want it to be there. There is stuff to learn, learning when to use instant transmissions, how to utilize your teammates and how to have them come in and assist you, super combos, stuff like that is sort of difficult for the average player, and I like that Arc System is putting that edge into the game and making it more interesting on that front. And the fact that, it is Dragon Ball, that's awesome. That really is. I wish that other anime fighters got this kind of love and got this kind of treatment, because, I mean, let's be honest, the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series, although incredibly fun, has cool cutscenes, cool story mode, doing a lot of interesting things there, the actual fighting itself is kind of bland, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's like, everything looks pretty and everything feels good, but it's just not very deep, and there's not much depth to it. I mean, there's some cancels and stuff you can do, but this game, it's on a whole nother level. It really is. I love just the combos, how easy it is to perform. I mean, there are some crazy combos that you can do that are outside of just the auto combos or whatever. And again, like, I don't really get why auto combos bother people so much. I don't get why, you know, hardcore fighting game fans are like, no, this shouldn't be a thing. I mean, why not let people that aren't into fighting games enjoy this game? And I think the fact that, again, it is a Dragon Ball game, it has more appeal. I think someone would play this over Guilty Gear any day. I honestly do. If someone walks into GameStop and sees Guilty Gear X3rd Exhilarator or whatever the game is called and sees this right beside it, I think they're going to pick up Dragon Ball, because it is just, Dragon Ball is kind of universally beloved, so there's that going for it, and they want to make sure that it is fun for any gamer that loves Dragon Ball games, and fans of the series too. Kids that like Dragon Ball can pick this game up and enjoy it as well, but there is that depth there. I had one issue with the beta, though, aside from, of course, you know, the network issues and stuff like that. I think Namco Bandai, and I think they have some work to do there. I really do. But one game mechanic that I just really wasn't digging was the Dragon Balls. I didn't really get it. Now, I played through the whole tutorial. I understood how it worked. It just felt really forced and shoehorned into the game, in my opinion. When I was playing matches, none of us ever got Dragon Balls. You know, my opponent or me, we've never... I think I might have gotten like 3 Dragon Balls during a match total. I don't really get it. Like, you have to do really good and land a lot of combos to get the Dragon Balls, and then you can use them, and eventually you can revive a teammate or gain health or attack power. But by the time you get those Dragon Balls, your opponent is already pretty much done. They're down to their last player, their last characters, so I don't really see the point. Like, you have to dominate to get the Dragon Balls. I think they might hand them out to you if you're, like, sucking pretty hard. Maybe then it would make more sense. But I think the sparking, when you press R1 and R2 together, sparking when your health regenerates, and I think that is a much more viable kind of turn the tides type of game mechanic than the Dragon Balls. I don't really get the Dragon Balls at all. I kind of just wish they weren't in the game, or maybe make sparking a part of the Dragon Balls. Like, maybe you collect the Dragon Balls, whether you're winning and losing. It's kind of like a tug-of-war thing to see who gets the Dragon Balls, and then they can use the sparking, and that is sort of like Shenron's wish on you or something like that. But the actual just mechanics behind the Dragon Ball, and it just takes you out of the fight too, honestly. Like, you gotta land this combo to actually use the Dragon Balls, use the 7 Dragon Balls, and then it's like it takes you to this menu, and you're like, I don't want to be in a menu in a fight. Like, it just... that is not flowing right. That is not working for me. That's honestly my only complaint, though. It really is. I love all the characters. My favorite characters playing as was Nappa. Surprisingly, I was really digging Nappa. My team, when I first started playing, was Beerus, Nappa, and Goku. Goku because he was just kind of like a default character. I think he's the Ryu of this game. He's very balanced, very easy to use type of character. But Nappa really surprised me. He was a beast. Going in, and I love the kind of the Cybermen aspect to him as well. There's some interesting things going on there. I haven't been able to like go into a training mode and practice with the Cybermen and utilize that in combos, but I really liked it. It was a fun way to kind of troll around with the opponent. A character that I just started playing with before the beta ended was Cell. I was really liking Cell, like more so than Nappa and Goku. So my team was like Cell and Beerus, and I was playing with Frieza a little bit. Now, Frieza's got kind of a learning curve. That was kind of a tough character because he just has so many supers, and it's hard to utilize them correctly. So that's a character that definitely needs to be put into training mode and kind of learning the ropes of. But Cell was just awesome. I was loving Cell's combos and his specials, and how do you use his specials and his combos. Just fantastic. Anyway, this game is great. I absolutely love this game. This is, in my opinion, a day one buy. And I think a lot of people are going to really dig this game too, because again, it's Dragon Ball. I mean, come on, universally beloved, just incredible. And I think it's accessibility. I think that it appeals to a broader audience. Again, I get people's concerns, I get people's complaints, but there is Guilty Gear games that just aren't fun to play for an average gamer. Only fighting game fans can play that, and that's something that you can go to. I'm glad Arc System Works is kind of trying something a little more, again, accessible and easy to use. There's plenty of hard fighting games. I mean, look at Street Fighter V. Like, that is a tough game to play and get really good at. There's a very steep learning curve to that game. Tekken 7 even. There are games out there that satisfy that, and I don't see why Dragon Ball needs to be a part of that crowd. I think that Dragon Ball should be accessible, and it is, and that makes me really happy. I just wish, my only wish, is that Arc System Works would do another type of anime fighters, like a Naruto Shippuden Fighters or One Piece Fighters, something like that. I think that would be really cool if this is successful. Honestly, I think they just do Dragon Ball Fighters too, but I would love to see Arc System Works take another shonen type of series, hell, even like Hunter x Hunter or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, something like that. Would just be incredible. It would be so cool to see. And the art style, oh my god, I didn't even talk about the art style. This is, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, this is probably the best looking fighting game I've ever played. The best looking fighting game that I've ever played. It's just incredible. I love the frame rate, how it's like, feels like it's like maybe 20 frames or like 25 frames maybe. It's just like, it looks so clean, and it reminds me a lot of the manga, not the anime, the actual manga itself, even though I know there's like side by sides of the anime and it looks identical. But like, I love how they're paying homage to Akira Toriyama's art and the way the characters flow. I like the things that the characters say. I love the English dub here as well. Just fantastic. Just an absolute fantastic game. I'm really excited to see what kinds of characters they're going to be bringing on board. Hopefully Jiren. I'm guessing that is right down the pipeline. I know that's also another complaint that people are having, that there's a season pass already, and I've just, honestly, I kind of just grown to accept these things. I mean, every game does it. I don't see why Dragon Ball shouldn't. I mean, I see why Dragon Ball shouldn't, but I don't see. You get what I mean. I mean, Street Fighter does this. Tekken was kind of clean about it. It's going to be interesting to see if Soul Calibur does that, because when Soul Calibur 5 came out, there wasn't really that going on in games. So it's going to be interesting to see what Namco Bandai and Project Soul do with that. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation that needs to be had. I think I'm pretty much done here. If you haven't played Dragon Ball FighterZ, definitely look forward to it. It is an excellent game. If you love Dragon Ball, if you love cool fighting games, or if you just love good games in general, I think this is a game to definitely look out for. So yeah, comment down below, did you play the beta? Let me know, give me your thoughts. What do you think of the Dragon Ball mechanic? Is that working for you? Is that working? Because it's not for me. Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today, and also please be sure to subscribe for anime content weekly and gaming videos sprinkled in between. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.